Welcome to Lexington, where the sun shines bright literally and figuratively on their old Kentucky home, and the Big Blue Nation ready to get behind these Wildcats in this one. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bradford. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So North Texas offense is on the field for the first time today. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. He's going to pass. Makes the grab on the left. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Give to the running back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The run to the right. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
They'll try to pop the draw. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Caught near the sticks. It's Coleman. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. North Texas doing business from the red zone. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Touchdown, Mean Green. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Wildcats offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
He's going to run it. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Kentucky going quickly.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
Pulls it in. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Quick tempo here for the offense. Right back to the well. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Swings it out to the flat. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. That's the end of the quarter, and North Texas has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Here comes the field goal unit. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. North Texas will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
The Wildcats headed quickly to the line. He's going to pass on 2nd down. He looks that one in nicely. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Oh, it's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job on the defense covering that thing up.
From the gun, running back on the move. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Let's see what they've got on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
On third down, going up top. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. North Texas will have to punt it away. On the move, it's Patterson. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got a man, it's Rodriguez. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of his ability at...
Pass on the way, it's picked off. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. He's out. Showing off the hands on the pick and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the move, it's Gray. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That's reeled in. It's Ferguson. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Line of scrimmage is at the 28. That would make it about a 45-yard field goal attempt. They're going to go for it instead on 4th down. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. There he goes to the right. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Temple sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the 4th quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Philly. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab inside the 30. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, North Texas. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that one. Nice job.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just
just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Racing to the right. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky!
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Mean Green.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Lexington.
North Texas will kick it off to start things here in the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Fires to the big fella. Got room at the 35. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Yeah, and how about the linebacker? You know, you ask him to do so much on the football field, to cover so much ground. You don't always ask him to go man-to-man, but when you do, the linebacker comes through, swats the ball to the ground.
One-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. On third down, he drops to throw. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Handoff from the gun. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. With the catch, it's Ferguson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. It just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got the back over the middle. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a really unpleasant film session.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Unloads it downfield. Got it! They'll mark him down right there, and how about that play and picking up a chunk of yardage?
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, North Texas. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Kentucky right back to the line. The give to the single back. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Offense lining up quickly. They'll ride the hot hand. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. The sure hands. It's Rodriguez. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Looking to throw on third. Makes the grab. It's Thomas. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. It's complete on the right side. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. No huddle here for the offense. They move the tight end all over. He wants to throw here on second down. Flips it out to the back. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw on third. Catch in the middle, it's Rodriguez. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. That's the end of the quarter, and North Texas has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
He's got him along the sidelines, and the foot is clearly down for the catch, and they'll move the chain. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bends. That was sweet.
Kentucky going quickly.
Brings up second down.
Leaves it with the back. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. They've been really good moving the chains on third down. Now 1 yard away from another first down on this drive. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Minnesota is currently rowing the boat right now. This is shaping up to be a blowout to remember. They're up by 17 over Louisville. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. So you've come up big, you've forced a third down. One more big stop. Now I can get him to punt the football, give my offense a chance to go down the field and to score some points.
Zings it complete to the right. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those
critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop it. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Right back to him on the ground. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The clock and the scoreboard on their side as they come to the line, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mean Green. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Bringing it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there. Be
going for it all. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback will audible. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build on, David, that you're talking about.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll try to get the first through the air. Complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. Kentucky right back to the line. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Rodriguez. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Quick snap and a spike to stop the clock.
Incomplete. It's second down.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Makes the pass. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
The pass falls incomplete. It's second down.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On second down, looking again to throw. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Coming after it. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you've got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the 4th.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back.
Throws toward the end zone. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this